Hi, second grade. Today we are going to talk about how poets write poems about things that give them big feelings. And we're also going to talk about how poets use line breaks to make their poems more powerful, look a little bit more like a song. And then to end, we'll talk about your activity for today and give you a sneak peek at what you will be doing next. So let's go ahead and get started. So today, writing poems about big feelings with line breaks. Poets write about topics that give them big feelings. And just how we love emojis, emojis help us show all these big feelings. Sometimes big feelings are super happy or maybe excited. You love something, you're nervous, you feel crazy or weird. Maybe something's hilarious, shocking, kind of mischievous, super sad, kind of bummed, content, eek, or wow. So there's so many feelings that we can get from different topics, and we're going to talk about how to figure those out today. So big feelings can come from memories, people, places, animals, activities, food, and the list doesn't end there, but I thought of some examples for me. So maybe a memory of going to the beach and going on a family trip, people, spending time with your friends, your family, your classmates at school, your teachers, places. What cool places have you visited in the world? Have you gone to a different country? Have you gone to a different state? Have you just gone to a different town? Places can give us big feelings. Animals, you know that I have big feelings about Charlotte. Maybe you have a pet that you've had or that you still have that you have big feelings about, or maybe you just have an animal you really like and wish you could have. Food, we have big feelings about different food or treats. And then we have activities, whether that's a sport or music or maybe playing board games or video games. Big feelings can come from all of these different things. So this week, your activity is to choose a topic that gives big feelings. And to help us with that, we're going to fill out this page. And here's what it says: My big feelings. Poets write about different memories, moments, or objects that give them big feelings. What objects, small moments, pictures, or memories give you big feelings? And you're going to fill your page. You could print pictures off the internet. You can draw pictures on Seesaw or with crayons and pencils and markers. Um, you could maybe add some of your own photos that you have at home. Here's what I put together for mine. I have Charlotte. I have a map because I love to travel the world. That gives me the feeling of excitement and adventure. Charlotte gives me the feeling of love, sometimes annoyance. Basketball is a sport I love to watch. It makes me feel excited. Track, I have so many memories from running in track. Some of them make me feel sad because it's over now. Some make me feel excited. And then I have being a teacher. I love pizza, music, tulips, I think are beautiful. Going to the beach is my favorite place, and the Kansas City Chiefs. There are so many more things that I could add that give me big feelings. It's most important to remember that big feelings don't just mean you like it. It can mean it could be something that you're really afraid of. Like if I put a big spider on here, ooh, I could write a poem about how spiders scare me. So, as we start to think about our big feelings and writing poems, we have to put our poet's eyes back on. And a reminder, poets look at things with their hearts and minds. Sometimes they look at things from different angles or think about what things resemble. So get those glasses on. We're going to look at one of my big feelings. First up, the beach. When I think about the beach, I think about the big feelings it gives me. It gives me happiness. I love the beach. It makes me feel relaxed. I have a lot of feelings. But I also want to look at the beach through a poet's eyes, through those poet glasses. So I'm going to think about what it looks like, what it sounds like, maybe what it smells like, tastes like, and feels like. Can you think of a poem that you could write about the beach? Here's what I wrote. Salty breeze, sticky sand, warm glow, calming crash. I could stay here forever. Now you might notice, my poem doesn't rhyme. My poem doesn't necessarily have a pattern, but I thought about a beach and things I could describe about it by thinking about all these different things with my poet glasses on. But when I look at this poem, it doesn't really look like a poem. Let's talk more about what I mean. You need to pay attention to line breaks in your poem. So pay attention to where you put words and spaces. Poems let you use words creatively. We are not just writing a sentence. Right now, my poem just kind of looks like one sentence. We want to make our poem look more like a song. We want it to look more creative, and we can do that in a lot of different ways. So I started with this first. I wrote my poem out on a line to get my ideas. But then I thought, how can I put spaces into my poem to use the words more creatively? We know as second graders that we take pauses at these commas. Well, I can also take a pause if it's the end of the line. So here's what I did to make my poem have better line breaks. Salty breeze, sticky sand, warm glow, calming crash. I could stay here forever. As you start to create your own poems, I really want you to work on making sure you're not just writing sentences and stories. We want to be using words creatively by using cool words, using awesome spacing, maybe even making a picture with your words. We'll talk about that more as we keep going with poetry. Here's another example, Aquarium by Valerie Worth. Goldfish flash gold and silver scales. They flick and slip away under green weed, but round brown snails stick to the glass and stay. Version 1 I read differently than version 2. Listen to how it's different. Goldfish flash, gold and silver scales. They flick and slip away under green weed, but round brown snails stick to the glass and stay. Just how we know as second graders, I took a breath after each line break, after we went to a different line. Where over here, I read all of these in one big scoop. So you want to write your poems in a way that the reader can read it by pausing at the right time. So as you continue to work on writing poetry, you know that you need to look at the world through a poet's eyes, just like we first looked at a pencil sharpener buzzing like the bees. You want to choose a topic that gives you big feelings, and you want to use line breaks. We're not writing sentences, we're writing creative poems. Reminder, your first job for today is to fill out your big feelings page. This page will help you write your big feelings poem. Remember, share your hard work on Seesaw. And up next, your next lesson for tomorrow is poetry books and learning all about what we're going to do for that. I can't wait to see what you guys do this week.